Oh, no, not you guys again. God fucking damn it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna solve this one from a distance, because if I have to get up real close into it, then that's gonna give everyone a poop seizure. Okay, these are all the same. Oh, just the best. Okay, this looks correct. It's not. It looks like the one in the upper right was the one that wasn't correct. Oh, because I grouped it in with everything and I didn't mean to do that. Okay, we can come up here. And... what did I want to do? Something like this. This is the solution. Alrighty. Have I gone to the caves under the windmill yet? I have not. I will check that out before I leave. Yeah, that was a thing I was wondering earlier, because I couldn't figure out, what I hadn't done and had done in the game. Okay, so this is kind of nice. I just wait for it to turn magenta, and then you can figure out what colors these are. So these three gentlemen are yellow, and then this lad and this lad is a cyan. A cyan is AF. So we want to do something like this. I think. No, okay, so this guy didn't get grouped with anything, but all I need to do is actually group him with something, and then we should be good to go. So something like this is actually a totally fine solution. And then if I group that, and then group that, like this is a perfectly easy solution, except for the fact that I screwed it up. But all I need to do is just ever so slightly change what I just did. And to do that, all I need is this. And that won't do because I blocked that off. Alright, how about I do this? There we go. Oh, this guy got grouped with 2 yellows. So that's not correct. I need to group that with this. Oh. Darn. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. Come through here, block that off. And this guy is unhappy because I guess he's probably not the same color as this. Okay, so this guy is actually cyan. Good to know. So this is cyan, and these two are both yellows. So all I need to do is something like that. And then something, hang on. Yeah, I need to do this. That's kind of a given. And then I need to do not quite. Close. What if I come over here, group the cyan with something? Okay. Let's group the... Let's group the cyan... It's easier for me if I group the cyan by itself. I know that much. And then if I group it by itself, then I could do something like that. But then the cyan star doesn't have a friend. So what is a guy to do? Ideally, I'd have a solution that does something like this to group the two cyans together. And that solution is doable so long as I figure out a way to not group the two yellows together. Like, if I were to do this, then that's basically a solution except for the lower left yellow is going to complain. Like so. So, what I need to do instead of that is... This is a terrible idea. What I need to do instead of that is something like... Something like this, except... This looks alright, except... Ah, man. This... Hang on. I'm starting to see the solution, I think. I want to come up over here, then come around this way. And... if... I could also... No, I can't do what I was about to suggest. I was going to say I can group the stars with their respective colors, but then the squares will complain at each other. So I don't want to do that, after all. If I do something like that, and then something like... this... If only there was a way to not include the cyan there. Or the cyan and the yellow there. This is relatively close, but also not close enough, or not close at all. That won't work. If only there was like another yellow pointy star thing, but there ain't. So I'm out of luck there. I wonder if using the term ain't makes me sound like I'm trying to be Frank Sinatra or something like that. Like, I feel like when I use the term ain't, it makes it sound like I stepped out of Guys and Dolls. Like, yeah, you wouldn't want to be a dame, would you? Oh, yeah. Okay, what about, look over there, we got two Goyles.
Goyles? Sounds like a medical issue.
I'm sorry, doctor. It's a Goyle. Alright, this is going poorly. I'm also getting really, really annoyed at looking at these flashing lights. So that's nice. I've heard that the mountain is where the game decides to be very frustrating for basically the lulls. So I'm starting to get that sense here, as I did not solve this correctly just now. God damn it. I thought I had it. Okay. What if I do this? What are the rules to this game? You are very, very late to the party to be asking that question. There are, at this point, like a billion rules in this game. Okay. 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 I'm not a big fan of this end game where it's literally just like, welcome to Seizure Mountain. But I'll deal.
It's Lisa Frankville.
Oh. Apparently I would never want to move to Lisa Frankville. I thought I did before I moved to Lisa Frankville and realized that it's a dark and scary place. A double fairy backslap. Okay, how about I do this, and it makes me want to die. Okay. I've operated all of these solutions off the assumption that I have to break off this cyan, which I thought I would need to do. But I'm wondering if I could make my life easier by making a different assumption, by doing something like this. Which, this feels pretty close. What about... Okay, if I do something like this, where I've looped in, where I loop in the two cyans like that, there's definitely a solution that I'm starting to see that I can form around this. So if I come over here, I partition that cyan away from everything else, I then come over here, and then I grab these two yellows and block them off, and then the blues are with the blues, and that solves it just fine. So I was wrong with my assumption that I need to base everything off of blocking off that cyan, and for people that did know that solution, I'm sorry. Please stop yelling at me. I'm just a whittle boy. Just a sexy little boy.
My sexy little baby.
No, I'm not gonna steal a Games Grumps reference. They're the Games Grumps. I'm not a comedy thief, unlike Keith. Okay, when things are blue, what color is that? It is green. When things are blue, what color is that? It is purple. So magenta, magenta, green, green, and it's weird. I feel like some of these are cycling in different colors than the other. And it's like something about it is designed purely to throw off my eyeballs. And I don't like it one bit, but I can't do nothing about it, so. Alright, well, we want to have, whatever our solution is, we want to have something like this in the end, I'm sure. And these things are the same color, so I guess the game is letting me do that. This is gonna give you a seizure. I don't even get seizures. I agree. I'm very tempted to actually put up a epilepsy warning or something, because this is ridiculous. Cool. What if I do something like this? And just put that guy by himself. This looks like it will work. Okay, who's mad? Looks like this star in the bottom right is mad because I grouped it with two cohorts there. So I don't want to do that. I want to gently lift and separate everything in this game. Yeah, I can't do that. I have to do this. Okay, assuming that I have to do that, then I have to eventually get to that square. So if I do this to start things off, then that's not going to work. If I do that, then that's not going to work. What about a partition like this? That's a terrible, terrible plan. Who even came up with that? That's looking relatively promising. If I come over here, and then I... What does this need to be grouped with? It needs to be grouped with that guy. Is there a way for me to... No, that doesn't look like it's going to work after all. What about... Okay, so I have to... If I am correct in my assumption that this is a group, then it must be the case that I go... If I go to this tile... Whenever I get to this corner, I have to be able to approach it. I have to be able to go up from it. So this wall is blocked off like that, meaning that any solution that I come up with is going to have to do something like this. I could also do that. Okay, if I go up here and then grab these two, then come down, and then grab these two, and then go up this way, then that will solve it. I'm 99% sure that that's the answer here. So I grab that, I come up here, I group this guy off, and I make the right shape, and that solved it just fine. See, this is pretty. Why couldn't they have done that for these fucking grids? This is the only one that makes me not want to die. I feel like these puzzles were made up by the person, like, basically learning, like, here's how to program a vertex shader in, like, OpenGL. Like, they just finished their OpenGL class. See, that's wonderful looking. That's what... That looks like a unicorn's pee stream. And this looks like a unicorn's television hellscape. Alright. I need to get a sip of of root beer real quick. Ooh. That was awful. What did that do?
I want to try it.
There's some in the fridge that you can have for yourself. Who do you
Your
think you are, my...
amused me,
Who do you think you are, my
it.
girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay, you can have some of the root beer.
Thank you. I just wanted to sip.
Okay. If you just wanted a sip, why didn't you ask?
Because I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't realize you were going to interrupt yourself when I was went for it.
I had a friend in high school whose girlfriend would... She would pull this thing where every time they went out for food together, she'd be like, I'm not hungry. You know exactly where this is going. She'd be like, I'm not hungry. And then they'd be like, all right. And then they'd like get like some food, and all of the sides she would eat. It'd be like, if they went to like get like burgers and fries, she'd be like, no thanks, I'm not hungry, I don't want to get anything. And then she would just devour his fries. Or
I don't do that though.
No, you don't do that, but like that pissed him off so much, and it made me laugh so much because I thought it was hilarious. He was not amused by it at all because he was like, buy your own food. Why eating my food? He was like, now I'm hungry too because he didn't eat any food. And she was like, but I didn't want you to think I was fat. And then, you know, that didn't end well for anybody. But, that's,
I was going to say, she probably just doesn't want to feel fat.
Yes, well...
By, like, ordering her own fries or whatever.
Well, be that as it may, it made her seem very weird. So I guess that was the trade-off.
I'm not saying it's a good plan. I mean, that's why I don't do that, but...
Yeah. Okay, what hell on earth is this? There's no way that this is that easy. I know what it is. Ha! I even called it. I was gonna say, before I even said it, I knew that it was gonna be that it builds on the previous puzzle. Because I was like, there's no way that it's this simple without like getting more and more complicated as I move along. Okay, nope. Don't you fucking zoom me in, game. Don't you fucking zoom me in like I'm some sort of zoomer. There we are. Boop. And then... Oh. Boop. And then... That's not gonna work. This is gonna require thinking. I was not prepared for that. What if I were to... Oh, I don't need to block off the orange and or the purple and the green from each other. They can coexist just fine. It's the white square and the black square that can't. So if I do this... Okay, this is a good stall. This is a good approach. This is a fine and dandy approach. So I want something like that. And like that. And that doesn't solve it. What about this? Okay. I don't like that this is getting harder. And harder. And harder. Alright. If I... Oh, why'd you take the previous solution away from me? Oh. Okay. And some... Wow, it's an overlaying black and white tile. That's not cool. That's not okay. Alright. What if I were to bring about world peace? Something like this is not gonna do it. What if I brought down the house? I don't know why I'm saying some stupid shit all of a sudden. If I did... That's not a good approach. Okay. This is very, very confusing. So the thing is, I only have to solve every puzzle locally. I don't have to come up with a solution that satisfies every single puzzle at the same time, per se. It's more that whatever solution I do has to consistently solve every puzzle on the grid. So if I were to do something like this, then... No. If I were to do something like this, then we're in actually really good shape for this absolute slam dunk of a solution. Give it here. Couldn't be easier. Retiring as the world champion. No other puzzles need to be solved ever. Shit. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite puzzle in the game. This is actually fantastic. I hope that Jonathan Blow is watching right now, and he is trying to curse my very existence and succeeding at it, I would hope. I would hope that if he's going to do that, at least he's doing a good job, right? So, I know for a fact that I have to block off that. This is looking really good. And unfortunately, the gravy train is out of broth. Okay, the good times ended with that solution before they even began. Alright, this is looking... promising. This is looking promising. This is looking promising. Oh, almost, except for the second puzzle in succession is the one that comes along and slaps my victory right out of my hands. This was looking like the solution of the gods, but it was not meant to be. Now, there is something that I could do, and that is I could not be an idiot and actually solve the puzzle correctly because I was looking at it incorrectly. And that is the strategy that I would recommend. In a game about solving puzzles, I would highly recommend solving the puzzles correctly. It definitely helps you get to the end of the puzzles a lot quicker.